has more steps. You have to have a camera, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to have the computer. Note, with blogging, I only need the computer. I don't need the camera. Now, if you have a Mac, the iSight camera is built into it. It makes the process of video blogging easier.
And that's the one you just fold
then,
open, and then it's right there, so you can just talk into your computer and zip right out.
And if you want to make a good video blog, you need editing software. However, I state that with an asterisk, because there are more and more sites. For example, I ask everyone to take a look at something called 12seconds.tv, a San Francisco-based company where you can make micro video blogs. What? That's right. If Twitter, if Twitter is microblogging, what is microblogging? It's limited to 150 characters.
Right.
Then 12 seconds is a video that is limited to 12 seconds, and you just go to 12seconds.tv online. If you have a Mac, it's easy. Press the button, it automatically activates your camera, and you talk into it for 12 seconds. You can say, I'm having a great day today, and I'm with Christine.
I love that. I love 12 seconds, because I have the attention span for 12 seconds. I can watch anyone for 12 seconds knowing that, okay, this guy's boring, 8, 9, 10.
But think about what all this means.
Okay.
What we're talking about is the ability to follow the old saying, if you don't like the news, go out and make some of your own.
Mm-hmm.
And it has become the ultimate disruptor technology. Disruptive to whom? Well, disruptive to newspapers, because people have literally almost stopped reading newspapers at the rate, well, they have stopped at the rate that they used to. Because what's happened is that since 1980, think about it, in 1980, we had newspapers and magazines.
Mm-hmm.
We had radio and we had television. Then in 84, we had the advent of ESPN, and we had the 500-channel universe of cable.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the 90s, we had websites, and we had the emergence of a company, America Online.
Mm-hmm.
But then, in the early turn of the century, we had the first blog, and then in 2003, the beginning of wide use of blogs, and the development of Pyro Labs, and in 2005, the emergence of Blogger, and then something else was created in 2005, and that was YouTube. So what do we have over that time? We had an expanding number of media modes, ways to get your information out. But over that period of time, advertising dollars didn't grow with that.
Mm-hmm.
So arguably, the ad dollar is now split over all of these different types of media. And who's the loser? It's
newspaper, yeah.
Something very powerful. It used to be that as a investigative journalist, if I found out that there was a product defect in a company and I wanted to get the word out, I might be lucky to get an article in a large newspaper, particularly since newspapers stopped, for all practical purposes, paying for investigative journalism. Maybe I was with a small community newspaper, but with the internet, blogs, websites, and search engines like Google, all I have to do is properly optimize my website or blog, okay? And the difference is that blogs are static and websites tend to be not there. I mean, blogs are dynamic and websites tend to be static. Mm-hmm. That is, blogs, there has a constant roll of
refreshing,
new ones.
yeah.
Right. Whereas the website page is just there.
Right.
At any rate, if it's properly optimized, let's say I type company X, Y, and Z defect, and that blog comes up instead of something about the company, and you find out about it. What I've just done is I've taken away their advantage in terms of being able to buy media or space or dictate through a PR company how their word gets out.
Okay.
So now the PR companies are totally screwed. Because the PR companies are contacting bloggers and video bloggers
to try to get them to write good stuff. So
right, and they're not paying them.
Buzz. Okay.
They're not paying them. If you want someone to write something, you have to pay them. Okay. You might say, hey, that's a sinister deal, but it's not. Reporters are paid, editors are paid, and publishers have what they like. There's really no difference.
Okay, it brings up the question that I have immediately is I can lie. I can blog and lie my tail off. I didn't like somebody. They have this company. I'm going to write all this, stuff about the company. So how can you trust what a blogger says? Because if they have a bone to pick or whatever, they can just go ahead and say whatever they want, and then it gets listed way up in the search engines, and then people think it's really bad product when maybe it isn't.
No, there's, in the blogosphere, and the reason why it's called the blogosphere is because it's a network of people exchanging information. I'll give you an example. There was a photograph that went around that I found of Sarah Palin dressed in a short skirt and a way that was really provocative. And this photograph came out, I believe, 3 days after she was introduced by Senator John McCain as his vice presidential running mate. It turned out that the head of Governor Palin was superimposed onto a body. Very well done. And when I put it up, someone informed me via comment that Gawker had actually corrected that. So that's how we correct the news. When it's passed through the blog sphere, when people look up what you put up, say through blog directories like Technorati, which has now become a good video directory, or blog lines, there are many blog directories. And if it's a curious subject and it's something that needs to be checked out, either they will correct it if they have the information or someone else will. And that is how information is vetted.
So that way you know that when you're traveling and you wake up in a bathtub full of ice, that that all your internal organs may not have been stolen with a little note attached?
Yeah, that's one way. Yeah,
okay.
That's right.
I believe that.
I have a visceral feeling from that. That's
So you've turned this actually into a TV show that you were offered and accepted and is coming out. Could you tell us a little bit about Zinni 62?
It's called The Blog Report with Zinni 62, and I'm very blessed to have met Arthur Thomas, who's the Executive Vice President of Colors TV at the media walkthrough for the Democratic National Convention, and we kicked around ideas about how we could work together. And to make a long story short, for television, we came up with the idea of my giving them videos, and he said we should do a television show around these. And what sparked him was a particular video blog that I made around my meeting Michael Phelps at the Bank of the West Classic last year, where I thought he was so great, I entitled the video, "Michael Phelps is a Cool Motherfucker." Okay. And he loved it. The term used in Pulp Fiction, not the other term. There's a difference. Watch Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
That's Phelps' favorite movie. Now, and he came up with this idea with this 30-minute show format completely around video blogging. And we talked about it. Then we finally signed the contract September 7th. And now we will have our first show May 1st. At 7:30 on the Colors TV network.
And you know what? We have a call. So why don't we go ahead and take that call? Hi, caller. How are you? You're on the air.
Yeah, community focus, huh?
Hang on 1 second. Yeah, community focus. Yeah, hi.
So we try to focus on the community.
Yes, we are focusing on the community and the way that we get our news in the community. Did you have a question for Zenny?
Yeah, Zenny, how you making the community better?
How are you making the community? Thank you for the call very much. So how is this making the community better by blogging?
Oh, easy. Were it not, and let's take the matter of video blogging. I hope the caller has a cell phone that has a camera within it. If that did not exist, there would have not been the visual reporting of the shooting of Oscar Grant on BART. That would never have happened.
That was a private cell phone that somebody had taking a picture from a BART train.
There were many of them. There were at least 4 different types of cell phones and camcorders that were used.
We have another call. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi, community focus.
Yeah. How are you?
Hold on.
Okay. Hello? I think we may have lost someone. Okay, well, we can get back to that. We're talking about Oscar Grant and the fact that there were many people of the community that used their cell phones in order to do video, correctly, right from the BART train.
That's right.
That was facing there, and eyewitness accounts that they then blogged.
That's right.
That were used in letting the word get out that may not have gotten out quite so quickly.
And it completely changed the complexion of how people see what the police do. And now we have people like New York. There's a guy who does nothing but take his video camera. I think he has a basic day job, but he follows the police around to see if they are following the laws that they are supposed to be themselves making sure are followed by others. For example, parking in red zones. And he gets them on